Good morning and welcome to episode 70 of...
Whoa. Are you World Service today? What's going on there? That is so official. He's combed his hair.
Good morning and welcome to episode 70 of Take a Break with me, Andrew Reid of Take Resilience.
Andrew.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. How we doing?
I preferred the other voice. I quite liked it. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, Adam. I'm all right, my friend. Silly week again.
Aidan Walker.
Aidan Walker and Andre Reid.
Andre Reid.
Absolutely.
We've got a guest which we'll go on to.
We'll go on to in a minute. How's your week been, my friend?
Very busy.
No, that's my line.
Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I'd listened to some of last week's. I was like, every week we start with, how's your week? Very busy.
How's your week?
Very busy. Yeah. No, it's been really good.
Sam was good. I listened into Sam. It was
But
good.
I've built something. I may as well show you this now.
What? Whoa.
Well, actually,
built?
you know I built something. Yesterday I was messing around, right? And I...
Drum roll, please.
just in case there is audience participation in here, we do have Adam Coleman. We'll come on to that. Just in case he participates in the conversation.
Yes.
I built a chatbot.
I know.
Well, the one I showed you, turns out it was an idiot.
I did say that to you.
Yeah, because it was like, I don't have any, because I was training it on Hubspoke and stuff. And I was like, here's our services, this is what we do, this is what we do. And I go, tell us about photography. And it go, I don't have any information on photography, but here's a load of information about our photography.
Yes, I did notice that.
Okay, well, I have a new chatbot, which is live on the dev site.
Yes.
But here, this is in the playground.
In the
quite
playground.
So please describe what you're doing, what you've got. This is the little window that
This is the
pop
little
up on the
window
website.
of the chatbot. It's basically asking me, hello, how can I help you enter your messages? I'm going to say, hello, can you provide me with information about, oh gosh, I can't spell, about your drone services. And I'm going to hit the enter button. It's saying Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy. That's what
Leroy
it's
Brown.
called.
Bad
Yeah,
by
I can't
Leroy.
rename it at the moment on
Okay,
that
Leroy is typing, and it's got the little three, the little...
Yeah, the little floaty dotty things.
It's now saying, she said, certainly, I'd be happy to provide you with information about your drone services. Offers provide... Wow. It then goes on to tell me exactly in bullet point form. It also tells me, bullet point form about all of your drone services and that you hold an operational authorization from the Civil Aviation Authority. Your goal is to capture the biggest picture from every angle. Would you like to read more, my friend? Put it there.
He's
I'm
shaking my
his
hand.
That is amazingly clever.
How good is that? Right, and then, hang on, I'm going to write this.
What are you writing? Tell us what you're writing.
I'm going to press search first because I want to see if it comes up. It's thinking.
It's thinking. Leroy is typing. Bad.
Please
Leroy
tell
Brown.
me the last question I wrote in blue.
Tell me about Adam Coleman. Certainly, I'd be happy to tell you about Adam Coleman, but there's nothing worth interesting telling.
That's not what it says.
The robot's done me dirty there.
Adam Coleman is an important member of the Hubspoke Media. His responsibilities include... Adam also plays a crucial... That's very clever, my friend.
So the first chatbot, complete idiot. So everybody, if you're working with AI, it turns out there's idiot AI as well.
Yeah, there certainly is. It also didn't know anything about does everybody need an Andy? And he said, I don't know.
Did you ask that? Did
I asked
we
that
need
question.
if we did it probably wouldn't know that on here. But if we did a blog on this, it would do that. So yesterday, you missed this, didn't you, Adam?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Alina was in the office, and every now and then she was hearing us. She was busy editing, bless her, and I'm shrieking
With pleasure.
because what like here they suggested. What is the focus of Hubspoke Media's creative services? I don't even know what it's going to say, but I've trained it. I've been feeding it and training it information on just Adam Coleman and all of his personal... No, I haven't.
No.
But basically what it's doing is I've trained it on all of our company information, and I can train it on more and more and more, and it then just looks at it live in real time and pulls the information through. How amazing is that?
It is very amazing. What's very good, though, is I'd like to point out that, again, the whole thing, interaction. So yesterday, everybody, I was working away and I suddenly got a dink. There's a Teams message from Adam and I was like, ooh, and he went, I've created a chatbot. And I clicked on it. I started typing and I was like, that's fine, but why have you used this particular piece of software? And he went, because I know it. And I went, why? Look at this or look elsewhere. And then you come back with this. So again, feedback.
Yeah.
You know,
No, it was. I
really
needed the
good.
feedback. And actually, when I was going, it's like when you're doing something new for the first time, you go, where do I look? And I knew I could do it, and I know I can train the models and all this sort of stuff. But I was like, I just need to find the right thing that works. So that is actually currently on our dev site.
Yeah.
Live.
Can I ask,
ready to go.
is it inexpensive? Expensive per month?
There is a free version.
Wow.
But so the way it's priced is on the number of conversations.
Oh, well, that's nice,
Hence
isn't it?
why we're in the playground.
Yes.
Not on the
Live
dev site
because it would
all-
charge you.
Yeah. So it's up to 50 conversations for this one.
Yeah.
It's free.
That's pretty damn amazing, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So you think about small businesses that do it. But then I was like, right, because and Pete, the way I've looked at chatbots all the time, I'm like, can I speak to a human?
Yes.
But it's because my experience to date has been not very good, I suppose. But then this is like, you can type in like, why should I work with a marketing company? What are the benefits?
Yeah.
And it can tell you. I also asked it to say something bad about the company,
Yes.
and it said I can't.
very clever.
I'm here to provide information on the company.
Yeah.
But if you did want to look for reviews and see what people think, by all
Please.
means, go and find them. So it was interesting how that worked. And I was like, well, actually, this is probably the most advanced I've used yet, I think. And in terms of it is like talking to a person. And then on my DJ side of the business, for example, my DJ business, I've got an inquiry this week, and me and this lady have been going back and forth in terms of, can you do this date? We're here. I'm like, yes, we can. It costs this. Oh, by the way, can you do that? And I'm like, well, actually, because what there is in this is there's a handoff.
Yes,
So
I
it
noticed
gets to a
that,
point,
yeah.
and then it'll email us, or you log in and it comes up as a live chat for us, and we can jump in the chat and talk to people. So I was like, imagine if you had the AI get the person to the point where it's asked all the right questions for their event and party, and you train them on that for the DJing.
Yeah.
They can have a back and forth, and then we get to the point where it comes through and it goes, by the way, Adam, I've asked all these questions, these are the answers, and this is where the person's at.
Very good.
And then I'm like, oh, right,
no,
well, I can go straight into that.
It's incredible, mate. You know, we use 20i
Yes.
for our hosting.
Yes.
They've now got an AI support bot. And do you know what? It probably works something 90% of the time. I asked something the other day that I needed to grant somebody, you know, like... you can grant one of your customers a cpanel, but I didn't want them to have everything. I just wanted to do this. And I specifically went into the support. Oh, I raised a ticket because I can't work out how to do it. Tapped away, and actually the AI bot came back and went, oh, actually, I found this article for you. This is exactly what... And I went, that's perfect.
Because that's what you wanted,
That's
right?
exactly what I wanted. And that, again, I'm not saying that AI is bad, and it's not that I didn't want to speak to a human. It gave me the answer right there and then, instead of me waiting for an agent, waiting for a support person. I was like, that's the answer. Fine, I'll do it.
And they're benefiting because they've saved time doing it.
Correct.
So when you start looking at the fees and what you're looking at, I'm like, wow. So I said to you,
Yes.
you could use this to troubleshoot.
Absolutely.
In theory.
In theory.
Obviously, it's not going to suddenly fix. But you could go, I need you to ask all of these questions beforehand. And you are essentially... Because you can give them the directive in terms of what their role is. So there we go. I did a thing. Sorry, that went off. Bit of a segue. Adam's
No,
talking,
just finishing off on that. That would be perfect for me. What I'd be able to do is like, hi, I'm Adam from Hubspoke. I've got a problem with my printer. Can you help me? Literally, I could just get the chatbot to go, turn it on and off again. Thanks, it fixed it.
Yeah, job done. No, but
Outlook is
it would be
broken.
like,
Turn it on and off again.
have you tried the following things?
Yeah,
like what you had on there.
Yeah.
And I mean, the answers that it's given me in terms of through our website and through our information
It's very clever.
is very thorough.
Can we talk about that for Resilience website, please?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very kindly. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
£900 a day.
Let's not talk about it.
No, that's all right. We'll talk about it. Right. Hello.
Hello.
We've got a visitor this morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name and where do you come from?
If you pass me the tablet, it's all my information. I'll talk about it if you want. What does it say my name is on there? We'll have a quick read.
Where are we? Hello, can I help you? Certainly. Adam Coleman is an important member of the Hubspoke Media team,
Better looking at him.
as you call them. His responsibilities include looking after Hubspoke Media social media clients, leading content creation and ideas, supporting the delivery of Darlington Stream Space, producing client podcasts. He has a crucial role in managing social media accounts and effective content strategies for Hubspoke Media's clients. He's also involved in the podcast studio. So some of it was bullet points, and then he goes into more detail.
Well, thanks for that. What are you doing for the weekend? That's the end of the podcast.
That's it. It's like, this is your life, isn't it? It's
Absolutely.
like,
I'm surrounded by Adams.
Yes. And AI has just introduced.
Sorry, surrounded by Adams. You know, I had a friend of mine who convinced he was a very famous 80s pop star that sang Prince Charming and Stand and Deliver. I tried to persuade him he wasn't, but he was adamant.
Again, what was the one you had last week? Because I heard that again. I was like, that's fairly good, actually.
I do like that one.
I've not heard that pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's it, though.
Okay.
Today. That's
no more for today.
Yeah, I mean, we need to come up with a term of collection of Adams, like a clutch of Adams, a cuddle of Adams.
A cuddle of Adams?
What do they got? There's animals that you call a cuddle of.
Yeah.
Cuddle of penguins.
I don't know whether it's penguins, but anyway.
I'd like to cuddle
a herd of Adams.
A herd of Adams.
I don't know.
A wildebeest of Adams.
Two Adams probably isn't enough to warrant a herd of Adams, but we'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out.
So Adam joins us back in October for people that don't know. Obviously, Jess moved on to pastures new. And
hi, Jess, if you're listening.
Yeah, hello, Jess. Jess was incredible, and we loved working with Jess. And then Adam walks in and made me change all my emails. And he's a delight to work with.
Yeah,
That's not what you said to me.
You
never know what this book has done.
So what, you've been with us, 3 months?
I think so. Yeah. You know what? It's
flown, doesn't it?
It really has, yeah. It doesn't feel like it's been 3 months.
When are you leaving?
Tuesday.
So
3 months is enough.
So, how has it been, I suppose? This is your chance to get it out.
You know what?
There.
It's been very busy, and it's been a big learning experience. So my history with sort of content creation has been in one business company, whereas now it's branching out to 10 plus companies, doing all of their social media and the social media for Hubspoke.
Has that been, I wouldn't say scary, but obviously it must have pushed you in directions that you were not comfortable with, or at least I'll give it a go.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I'll give it a go. A lot of it. So even stuff like, it isn't just the content stuff. It's like sometimes the stream space is going out on shoots and stuff. So it's a lot of stuff where it is, I'll give it a go and I'll give it my best go. So
he's selling himself a bit short here, because when you did the interview and what you're doing previous, you were live streaming. You've been doing blogs and SEO stuff. Content.
Yeah, but as he said, though, to be fair, Adam, brackets, ugly Adam.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. No, but to be fair, Adam, he was only working with one company.
Yeah. Now he's
so
got
therefore, therefore the travel journey that he was on was for one company, one only, one direction. Whereas now you've literally resilience. You've got others. Then you've got DHM.
It's fun though. I prefer it because you have to sort of flex your creative muscles a bit.
No, definitely.
You have to be in the mindset of that company. We always sort of say, a member of their team as well. So you have to sort of become
trusted
that
partner.
Trusted partner. There you go. I'm doing all of I've got my little checklist on the table for Adam of what I've got to say. It's good. It's really good. It's very creative. And
I love Adam. What's that?
I know.
You wrote that. It's your handwriting.
Best boss.
It's about himself.
But so far it's been amazing, and it's been a lot of stuff that. I mean, even yesterday, like going out on a trip to a potential client. How much fun did we have doing that?
It was amazing.
It was so good.
Pretty good.
Can we?
Well, we got to go in this massive home cinema, and whether we get to work with them or not is up to them. But wow,
home cinema.
But the do it as a job, it was incredible.
The tech behind it, though, even so compared to a normal cinema where they can't direct the sound just to your seat. Obviously, there's a lot of people in the home cinema. We were sat there, and it's like, right, we have to delay this bass here for seat number 1, and then it's slightly off put for seat number 3. It's incredible. You would have loved it. We both came out like. Beaming. Massive grins on our faces. We were like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, I'm going to build one at home now.
It was like hearing they used The Greatest Showman as the sample, to play to us, and there was things in it that I'd never heard. Yeah, I was like, "Wow." So it was like food for the ears. Food for the ears is hard to describe it.
So stuff like that on an almost sort of daily basis. You're going out doing stuff with clients. It's something that's very different. To just let's make a couple of blogs, let's do a couple of posts. It's
ever changing environment.
And do you think that's helped you expand your creativity
Oh,
skills.
1,000%. I mean, even with website stuff, like we were just on about like the chatbot stuff there. I was trying to break it yesterday, wasn't I?
Yeah, you were.
I was like, I need
idiot
photography for this. Yeah, it was the idiot one, just to put that in. And it was like,
I need you to try and break this later.
Yeah,
it was
you
like,
will do.
I can't do photography. And I was like, I know you can't do photography because you're a robot.
Yeah.
But Hubspoke can. And it just didn't bring up Hubspoke at all. So
What I
that's,
found is he brings a different level of thinking that I really quite enjoy, and that's why he broke it.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean, I
pretty
did hand the chatbot to my children last night as well.
did they have fun?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And then at one point, it forgot you existed, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay.
And
Yeah.
then Zach,
Easily done.
Zach, my eldest, went, no, Adam Coleman works there. And it went, yes, you're right. And then it told him all about you. It was like,
Hang
what?
on a second.
Hang on a minute.
Did it not say, yes, Adam is resolute and does work for us?
He's resolute.
He will elevate your social media campaign.
Yeah, well, on the first chatbot, I did say no rocket emojis.
Yes.
You can't do that with this one. But I was like, no rocket emojis and just speak normally.
Yeah.
It was like in the directive. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's been great. And Adam's brought some different dimensions too. There's a few little things. There's one I want to share in particular. When you first came in, you were doing some videos in here. And there's a video that I always go back to. And he was talking on camera on our TikTok, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he starts talking about podcasting and this, that, and the other. But what he did was quite clever. He left, do you know the microphone stands that are over there in the corner?
Yes, cuddle
He
corner.
was sat in the cuddle corner, sat in the cuddle corner. And he was there, and he deliberately left the stand sticking out near his head.
Yeah.
And he started talking to the camera. It was on tripod. Started talking to the camera, and then he went, oh, and then moved it out the way. And it was like, it hooked me into the video. So he started doing things that I was like, I've never thought of doing that. It's like a visual hook, because then you start listening. So I was like, that was clever, because you blatantly sat down,
Moved
it in front of you to go, oh, to move it away, to create a bit of a visual hook, to garner some attention. And then it's funny, the day after, someone else went, it was clever what he did with the mic stand, wasn't it? Because it's like they almost, it's not about tricking people, but they then paid attention, and afterwards they were like, hang on, he sat down, he must have put that there to then move it away. I was like, that's exactly what he did. So he's yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's moving his microphone stand away. But it was like, there's little nuances and different things that you've brought to it. It's been really interesting.
I think it's really interesting from what I've picked up from Hubspoke, not just you, Adam. Is Alina? Hello, Alina, over there. Alina was up yesterday videoing, and I think this is for Business Centre, isn't it? Yeah, it's for the business. So they would ask it down in Workspace. Sorry, yeah. And Michelle, bless her, never wants to be in front of the camera. So Alina went, listen, these are the questions, and I went, yeah, whatever, and then just asked me the questions and I recorded it. Alina finished, God bless her, and went away. And Dan and Eddie was like, God, she's so natural in front of the camera. And I went, I never meant to be natural in front of the camera. I just ignore the camera.
Yep.
And I'm just like, it's me talking. But it was very nice that they said, you just flowed. Even, I think, at the last questions, I made a couple of flutters and stutters, but I didn't go, oh, sorry, can we start again? I just, yep. Right, but it makes you more human, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think that's a bit of the podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely. Practice.
But the human element.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's the
Adam
bit. Get the hook
definitely
in. But it's interesting. I've certainly a lot more relaxed. I was never frightened of standing up in front of people, but doing the podcast and obviously thank you and doing stuff for Video and Resilient, I felt as though I'd like, yeah, it's actually quite easy. So I don't mind cocking my lines up or fluffing them or.
Yeah.
It really doesn't make any difference.
Yeah. We always say as well, we don't want to make people look bad in front of the camera. That's not really our job, is it? Yeah. So if something does go wrong or you don't feel comfortable, we'll always say, right, just you can take your time or whatever, you want to look your best.
But as Michelle
Michelle
said, I would never do it because she's so scared. And again, I think the common things that we hear, I don't like the sound of my voice. I'm not photogenic. But everybody has a little bit of that built into them.
100%.
You know what I mean?
100%. Everyone does.
Everybody does.
Especially in our business, we walk into rooms.
Yeah.
And everyone rolls their eyes going, the camera's
Here
there.
we go.
Yeah.
And it's like the natural greeting I get everywhere I go.
That feels
welcome.
amazing.
The person.
No, that's just you.
Yeah, no, not quite. It's genuinely the immediate eye roll is what I get, unless it's like in a school and you work with pupils and they're like, get me on the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're
that's
totally the
other
opposite.
side.
Yeah.
But you've done a lot with live streaming. We don't have to go into detail, but
No.
Like, how was that? Because you've spent, what did you used to do?
So it was for a card trading company, so they eventually went into live stream at 6 hours a day. So we'd get in new products and stuff like that, and it'd be boxes you would unbox, basically, getting into cards and things like that. But that
Oh, I thought you said cars.
no,
I was
not
like,
cars.
how do
No,
you unbox a
unbox
car?
no,
massive jar.
not that exciting, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
yes, but it was that community thing. It was because I already had the practice for a couple of years on camera towards an audience that were basically behind a comment section. Now it was actually talking to people, and we built a little community. It was quite good. But I think you have to be in a right mindset to be going for that long, 6 hours, to be like, we'll keep going. I mean, the thing is, though, the people who come in make it for you. You know, it is good.
It's all about that interaction, though, and that's what we like about
and
our
that's
podcast.
what you want.
You want that interaction.
Yeah.
And I think, as you quite rightly said, having that ability to live stream, it helps you. I mean, the first time we did the podcast, you know, if I listen to number 1 and now listen to number 7,
I need to go back and do that.
we were very staccato, if you like. We were very...
I need to go. I'm going to go back and have a listen.
I disagree. I watched it the other day, the first one, and there's still so much of you now that was back then.
Yes,
So
a little bit less of me now.
and there's another one off the list that we've done.
Yay! Hang on a minute, I'll just clear them on. Thank you for
That's
that.
on the list. Well played.
But I think it is very important too, especially nowadays where everyone's on TikTok, or they're all having to. If you're trying to sell yourself, you have to build a brand for yourself, basically. Video is a very important way to do it, and if you can be quite comfortable and natural in front of a camera, it's.
I will admit, in our line of work, there is some things that I don't know how to do something. I'll Google it, or YouTube it, and how can I put this? There are some people that have provided me YouTube videos that shouldn't be on YouTube.
No.
Yeah.
They are, they're all over the place.
I can say the same about podcasts, actually. The jokes about podcasts, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah.
I found one yesterday. I was trying to actually look for an AI podcast about chatbots.
All
And
right.
virtual assistants. I thought I'll just try and find something.
Yeah.
A bit of learning, yeah?
Yeah.
And I found one. Great thumbnail. The right strap in terms of the episode title. The text underneath. And he's got a video background. I was listening to it, but I saw the start of it. The sound was horrendous.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It was like stuttering and breaking, like technically really poor. I couldn't listen to it. I was gutted, actually, because it looked like
good.
all the right sort of things that I wanted to listen to.
It just immediately makes you click off, which I think
But
is a
that's
shame.
the problem, though, Adam. The one that I was looking at is the gentleman. I was looking for something in particular to do with coding. He's like, right now, what you do is that you click here, and then you go into this option, and then you go into, it's not working. Why is it not working? And I was just like,
Yeah, at that point you don't
at that
publish.
point, stop. Learn, think. It's not that I didn't dislike the gentleman. It's not that I didn't want to listen to him.
Yeah.
But if you're going to record something, it's like a training or something.
Yeah.
At least run it through 4 or 5 times.
I
and
had
go,
that
okay,
happen
I've
on
got
my
it now.
Teams video.
Did you?
So sometimes when they're going, how do I post a blog?
Right. Okay.
I'll just load Teams, go into
Yeah.
their website and just do it
Yeah.
and then send them it. But it was like, it's not working. Oh, no, it's because I added new page and I had the other page builder thing on.
Yes.
So I was like, I need to go turn that off before I do that.
Yeah.
So I was like, right, okay. So I literally went and turned it off on the setting, and then I just started the video fresh.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what I'm getting at, mate. I don't mind spontaneity or whatever they call it, but then why is it not working? And literally for 2 to 3 minutes, the guy was fumbling around going, okay, I've got it working now. And I'm like, I didn't need to see that.
Yeah.
I also think those videos, I was looking at something the other day. In fact, it was the chat. I was looking at like what chatbot, because you're saying why this chatbot and
Yeah.
not another.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I already use
That particular
software elsewhere,
Yeah.
and this is an extra feature. And B, I've got no idea where to go. And I was like, so quite often I'll look for YouTube recommendations,
Yeah.
which you need to take with a grain of salt.
Certainly do.
So I looked for a few, but it's like, hello, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to be talking about, and I'm usually, the good thing about YouTube is put those chapters on, you jump through.
Yes.
And when we're coming back to the hook, it should just be, do you want to find out about, here's the things, right, I'm going to talk about X, Y, and Z.
100%.
So, talking about X,
Yeah.
not X, the platform. Hey, well done, Elon. But talking about item number 1.
Yeah.
You know, straight into it. But quite often people are like, like and subscribe and bop it and like it and share it and all that stuff, yeah?
Bop it.
Yeah, bop it.
Pop it, twist it,
What a game.
pull it.
Yeah,
Real
you know,
good game.
but do you see what I'm
Yeah,
getting
no,
at?
definitely.
And it drags on. So I'm just like, for those sort of videos, you should just go, hey, I'm going to talk about this, that, and the other. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
but as Adam said, the one that I was watching, I was like, switch off. The
Yeah.
problem is
Yeah, you
now,
go away, don't you?
I switched off. The problem is now, this gentleman may have another video that is relevant to me and that I would like it and maybe click subscribe. Like, he's put me off. If I see him now, I'll go, no,
Yeah.
no, not interested. And that's a shame, really. As you said,
of
you've
course
got
it
the
is.
ability and the quality out there. Okay, you make a small mistake, stop.
And that's where about the challenge in live is.
And that's what I was just about to
I bet
say.
you are, yeah.
With live, if you make a mistake, you're live making the mistake.
You have to. It's a lot of personality over that point. Things went wrong all the time. We had like spinning wheels for giveaways. We had like the camera was flipped at the start of once, even though we'd set it up. As soon as it clicked live, it was like bonk, and I was like,
Turned it upside.
"Hi guys," it's just your personality because it's live. You have to. It's all rooted in you, I think, and what
absolutely.
you do. It doesn't matter if you're like pulling different cards and stuff. If you've not got the energy or that. You could do it silently and just like, there's a card. Unless you're really into it, you're not going to bring anyone in who's just scrolling past.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, because everything, it's like reels, right?
Ah.
Like, 30 seconds long? If to really get someone in, it's the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So you've got
Unless it's a meme. Do you remember
Unless it's-
last
yeah.
week I talked about the meme content of Borat rolling around
Yeah.
on the floor? That is you, sir.
yeah, that's that was
2,500 views.
a random one.
Yeah, but it works.
But it works. It's something we're messing with. See
But then
if
the
it-
question I've got is, do you think that social media platforms, whilst they're pushing all of that, do you think it's just degrading the sort of content that you need to put out? If you're just chasing the views,
Yeah, I think it depends where you're posting it. So
Yeah.
on TikTok, it's almost 2 sections. My TikTok is a lot of creativity stuff. It's learning stuff. TikTok, in its sense, is another sort of search engine, like YouTube.
Yeah.
In a way, a lot of people are searching questions on TikTok. But you've also then got that humour side of it as well, that entertainment side where it's memes and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's where you're posting it. It's not degrading everything in a sense because people are enjoying it. People are watching.
yeah.
And they're
I was
engaging.
about to say that is fine. I've noticed, and I think we mentioned this on the Bridgewater. Remember Stuart?
yes.
He was saying he's obviously very, very focused on LinkedIn. LinkedIn now has now got these reels,
Yep.
people doing silly things. Personally, for me, I'm going, no.
No,
It's
it's just
not-
Well, you don't want to dance.
No. LinkedIn is not for that. In my
Yeah.
personal,
No,
honest
no.
opinion. It's my honest opinion. I could be wrong.
I think part of the problem is because I was talking to a potential client the other day because they were going about, your number of posts that you make a week or whatever. And I was saying, well, we might do, say, 5 posts, but 5 of those might not go out on, say, TikTok
Yeah.
or LinkedIn, and 4 might go out because the other one were like, well, it's not a TikTok post. If that we're not going to just post
I
it for
get
the
it.
sake of it by ticking
get
a
it.
box.
Yeah.
We're going. It's 5 different pieces across the, like messages is what we're grounding the content in that case. So, but I think people are creating something in TikTok, say, and then go, oh, I'll share
on
it
LinkedIn.
everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
wrong,
it just
it's
becomes
wrong.
the same.
So
platform.
here's a question for you, Adam, in terms of resilient. I know you do LinkedIn. I know we do X. I know we do Facebook.
yeah.
I actually don't use TikTok at all. Is resilient on TikTok?
No,
It's
it's not.
Try Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep.
Now, not that I mind at all, because I don't think of that, but would you say resilient is not a platform? A TikTok is not a platform for resilient? I don't think it is, which is why I've never
I don't
ever
think
jumped
it is.
on it.
You could do content for it without
Yeah.
a doubt. I think you could, and people would be interested. But it's more that sort of advice sort of thing. I'd say. I don't know, Adam. What would you think on that?
I think
Not the dancing. Maybe not the dancing.
you could sometimes lean into a bit of a dance if you wanted to. But
No.
what I genuinely think is curries. I keep coming back to because they're being really good. Yorkshire tea were
Yeah.
awesome
Yes.
at their stuff, and they still are. They've got great humour, but that's a position that they take for their marketing. Curries are embracing all the trends going and doing wonderful stuff with their team that work there. The reason why is they need to appeal to that younger audience and be more relevant, I suppose, in that regard. Because think about it, how many things do you buy online, Mr. Reed? Yeah, do you see my point?
99.9%.
So they've got to generate interest, right, to
Yeah.
do that. So if you're, younger crowd on TikTok, you're going to see that it perhaps will generate some interest to go and physically see the product,
Yeah.
hold it in your hand. There's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
For yourselves, my question is at what point do the business owners that you start to work with become that TikTok audience.
Yeah.
And I'd say it's more driven by the audience rather than whether we would do that. It's working out how you fit with it, if that makes sense.
For me personally, I don't think Resilient fit for a TikTok audience. I don't think
You
my
could
audience.
fit it, but what you do? So,
Yeah.
so let's say we're going to do TikTok Resilient, because this is a really good actually topic.
Yeah.
But what we could do is we could do your darts. You got your darts in there. So
Yes.
you play darts, right? In the office. All day long, no work is done. No, they don't. They play darts.
Hang on, have you been watching? How do you know?
No work. He's on the phone with his headset.
Throwing darts. Yeah. Literally, Alina videoed me. I was on the phone to a friend of mine. We were chatting about work, and I was literally playing darts. Because it relaxes me. It allows me to stand up, get up, and talk.
But you could do like a little darts competition, right? Put that on TikTok. That'd go really well. Or let's just do an ad hoc closest to the bullseye. In
Yes,
fact, we should
we
do
did
that.
that. Yeah.
We'll do that
I think
for
we
Hubspoke,
did.
shall we?
Yeah.
We'll put it
come
on
up, yeah.
on the TikTok and see what it does.
Yeah, see what it does.
So like, there's that element. There could be something about you could do meme content where you're just clutching loads of wires.
Yeah.
You could do something about turn it off and on again. So there is that humour element that you could bring into it and you could take. But the question is the audience there for you to do that? Now, we see a lot of colleges and universities, they're all over it because they need to be. Right?
Yes.
They need to be because
That's
audience.
their audience. I don't believe our audience is on TikTok.
Not necessarily. I mean, part of the issue I have is, yes, I'm surrounded by social media all day long, but when it comes to my own personal social media, by the time I'm social media'd out by the time I get to the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
May I ask, is your DJ profile on TikTok?
yeah.
Okay. And what is that again because of the audience, which I'm guessing?
Well, that's a really good example. I put it on TikTok because I thought I need to explore this, and it's more learning as well.
Right, okay.
And it was when it was quite a few months ago now. Do you remember? I had a load of gigs on this, that, and the other, and I was posting regular. And then in 2-3 days,
When you exploded in
it went
terms
from
of,
40 to 980
Something,
followers.
yeah.
It's now like 840 followers and up and down. And I'm posting, but for my own mental health peace of mind, I'm just surrounded in marketing content all the time. If I'm doing a gig, I will post on it and I will do that. Obviously, we've had Christmas videos went up on there. They went well. I did a sort of like a day in the life and a behind the scenes, and all of that works really well.
And you were working last weekend, weren't you? Or was it the weekend before?
2 weeks ago.
Two weekends ago,
Yeah, so something went up on there. But also what I'm doing it for, though, is I've got the TikTok account, and actually on my DJing account, I'm following other DJs.
Yes.
So other people that are doing like I do, and other people that are, the top people who are doing things, and it gives you ideas for like how you can mix different songs together and different ideas for parties. And then this chap over here, I'm pointing at this chap over here. First of all, he was it playing the guitar? I know you play the guitar.
It's sorry, on TikTok and stuff.
Yeah, but then he appears playing the piano
Yeah.
and singing.
Yeah.
And
I played the
was like,
triangle.
Where's this? Yeah, but I wouldn't have known that if
No.
it wasn't TikTok. And you're putting it out there for the people that you're
That
talking
account is more of sort of like a playground in terms of like what I can do and what works, I think, as well. Because like you said, give it a go, see what works.
Yeah.
I just found a little bit of, not success, but it worked and people were engaging with it. They were like, oh, this is good, you know.
Yeah.
So recently I've just been messing around with a load of different stuff. Like we went to a gig the other night and stuff like that. So just posted a little clip of that and that's done all right. You know?
Are you in a band?
I'm not in a band. I play with someone else who plays the guitar and stuff.
Right.
But that's about it. But we do little bits around Darlington. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Open.
So that sort of content does all right, you know. Little.
And what
clips.
made you do it though?
I don't know, because I like being creative. I am a creative
Right.
busybody. I like to be doing stuff, and I feel like that creative burnout almost. In my
Yeah.
last job, it was sort of like, oh, I don't want to do anything outside of work. Whereas here, because it's sort of like a changing creative, because I'm working with different companies.
Yeah, yeah.
It's giving me that sort of like, oh, I want to
Spark
kind of do
again.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I love it. It's cracking.
No, exactly. It really is good, and I love those types of things. And you as a company, you've obviously pushed me, and I'm busy compiling my little 30-second reels or 1-minute reels going, hey everybody, here's how to do this in Teams.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah.
constantly get asked it,
I
and I'm
love
just
that.
like, there's a video.
Concept. I love it though because it is immediate. It's like here's
Yeah.
how to do this in 30 seconds, you know.
Yeah.
And people will stick with it because you've said already it's only 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know.
The other one you could ask us in terms of you're saying why resilient. You could say it's kind of this is going to make sense, I think. So it's kind of like why Hubspoke on TikTok. Now people go, well, you're a social media company, it's obvious. Like, yes, but our customers aren't necessarily the ones that are, on TikTok at the moment. Like most of our driver content comes through, in all honesty, Instagram, a bit of Facebook, LinkedIn, personal branding stuff that I do, networking, word of mouth, all that mix is coming together. So would I go, TikTok has brought me a lead? No. But it allows us to explore and develop our content so that when we're working with a client, such as yourself, you can go, should I be on TikTok? Because it's a common question we get asked. The answer is not a yes or a no. It's more of a, you're an IT company, for example. If you were a bar in town or a restaurant, I'd be like, yeah, absolutely, let's do it.
Oh, absolutely, because 100%, because that's my audience.
But my question would be, in terms of resilient, are we at a point where you should embrace TikTok? Well, I don't know whether we are. Andy's smiling at the camera. It's been a while since you've done
It's been a while since
Alina has taken a picture. So we get asked that question all the time. So and the reason why we're posting the bar app, the Enron egg, the this, that, and the other, is we need to see what it does and how it works. Yep. Because that's the only way you know, right? So we've kind of had to change our voice to embrace all of...
That's the same voice though, mate. You've not changed it.
Our voice.
That's it.
No, but to embrace all sectors. And whilst we are a marketing media company, we can see how different content fares. And yes, people might be engaging with it who aren't necessarily our customers and clients, but we've got to explore it, right?
Yeah, but I get that because you are in the market to be creative.
Yeah.
If you look on the face value, Resilient is not in the creative market. I look after IT, I do that. Yeah. Now, I'm starting to become creative, and it's all linking back. You remember one of the very first podcasts as we were talking about it, I was saying giving is the new selling.
Yep. 100%.
So I'm currently engaging with a lovely lady. She's a charity, and I've given her my price and everything. And bless her, she keeps coming back to me going, I'm sorry, Andy, is all of this included? I'm like, yeah, it is. Why? And I'm like, because you grow, I grow. This is the way that I'm trying to get across. But bless her, she keeps coming back going, no, it's not right. It feels too good to be true. And I'm like, no, it's true. I promise you. So it's really interesting. But I wouldn't say that I'm a creative company. Yeah. I'm giving, by giving these videos that, Adam created me the front and end. Mm-hmm. I believe that's a way of giving back. You could call it creativity. But it's purely, again, born out of... Bless. I keep getting this question asked a lot of times. Here's a video.
Yeah.
But that's not me. That's not me doing it nastily. It's like, but here's a chatbot.
Yeah.
Here's me giving you a quick video. Am I still being helpful? Well, yes, I am. Am I doing it in I think you said it, Adam. I'm at younger Adam for those people.
We're going to have every version of Adam.
Oh, absolutely.
All positive on that side.
Exactly.
Questionable on
this. It's not me saying it,
no,
man. It's not me.
But
tick off your checklist.
Have I done it in a creative manner? Is it saving me time? Well, yeah. Am I still helping that person? Yes, I am. Yeah. Because they've, Andy, have you got, hang on, I'll send you a link. Yeah. There's a video. Job done.
Yeah, and you've got to, and we use that for TikTok as well, because we could be going, tips to improve your camera work, video work, audio work, and all of those things. So what I'd say is the moment you get to start having customers that are really on TikTok and existing on TikTok, that's when you need to make the change, if not slightly before.
Let me ask a really serious question then. Would you, as my social media company, I'm putting you on the spot, would you recognise that from my social media engagement? And would you be knocking on my door going, Andy, you need to go on TikTok?
I would probably recognise it from having discussions with you.
Right, okay.
And you going, oh, so-and-so's got in touch.
Yes.
In touched. Touched what? So-and-so's got in touch. They do X. And it's like, I'll be like, okay, they are a TikTok audience, sir. Mm-hmm. It's time. You've got enough on in terms of all the other channels and, like you say, your network of people. But as soon as the younger generation of business owners start coming through and looking to you for IT to support, it's having a look at it. But then look at Twitter, right?
Sorry?
Twitter.
No. X.
I mean Twitter.
Twitter. You mean Twitter?
I deliberately mean Twitter.
Right.
Twitter then, when it was Twitter, was a different kettle of fish. And the takeover with X, I know they've reduced accounts and all of this, but it's not as prominent, I would say, in terms of what we're seeing as a platform with businesses, and it's almost like Instagram became the new Twitter.
Yeah, I see what
with
you're
the
saying.
more visual media element, and then reels and this, that, and the other. And I think Instagram's a bit of a, well, we're not on TikTok, but we're on Instagram, so that'll do, because most people have got TikTok will have Instagram, I imagine, I'm guessing. You know, but Twitter,
It's resilient
when I
on
first set
Instagram.
up, yes,
It is.
Right, okay.
so when Twitter was first, like when I first set up Hubspoke, Twitter was the place
Oh
to
yeah,
be.
absolutely.
It was-
you had
it
to
was-
have a Twitter account.
Absolutely. Like that was the place to be, to do it, and it would get seen and noticed. Gradually Instagram has interfered with that, and then obviously X and the takeover has changed things and how it works. And it's kind of, I think, changed people's opinions on how it's used and this, that, and the other. So, you know, back in the day when I set up my business, I was like, Twitter. Now I'm like, you need Instagram, and if you've got Instagram, you may as well have Facebook.
Absolutely, because they're
you're-
linked.
Yeah, if it's if it's B2B, I'm like, you need Instagram. If it's B2C, you need to be on Facebook. And the B2C answer is you need Facebook and Instagram as a defo. The B2B one is you definitely need Instagram, but because you got Instagram, you may as well have a Facebook account as
Yeah,
well
exactly.
and run your content out on there.
Okay.
So Facebook and Instagram have took a really interesting position right in the middle of all of the kind of different stuff going on. You know, TikTok got banned and then not banned in America, and
Yeah.
Twitter changed to X, and then various things happened with that.
Where's Threads now?
It's still there.
It's just sort of quiet in the corner, sort of shriveling away, I think.
I don't know, in truth, what
No.
they're doing, but then I like to look back at what's happened in the past. So there was IGTV. Do you remember this, Adam?
Yes. Yeah.
You're nearly making me feel old, and it was a few years ago.
No, yeah, I do. But that's
So
is that-
Instagram's
it's
answer
going?
to like video and Snapchat and stuff
Yeah.
like this that was going on at the time, they released IGTV,
Right.
and it was a separate app that had videos on.
Right.
That more video focused,
yeah,
right? The TV, right? It was more video focused, and that's where it was. And I embraced it, went on it, messed around with it, and it's similar experience to what Threads is. But then you look at Reels and what's happened.
Yeah.
Their learnings from IGTV have definitely probably come back into Instagram centrally, and they've done that. So I'm like, in 3 years' time, will Threads be more embedded into there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's an interesting question to Bearded Adam.
Hello.
Bearded, aren't they?
It's got-
Yeah, but you're beardy.
As you know, Resilient IT,
Yep.
we don't really do websites anymore, although we say we do because that's when we link in with yourself in terms of Hubspoke. For some customers, we do still do websites because it's a favour.
Okay.
You know, they don't want an all sing and they want 2 or 3 pages. Job done.
Yeah.
The most common thing that I'm being asked recently, and it's purely because I've been good enough to get these 2 websites I'm doing for some friends of mine, they've constantly asked me, great, once the website's up, how do I get top rank in Google? And I'm just gone, where do I start? What's your take on this?
Yeah,
And SEO and
SEO, search engine optimization. I think everyone thinks it's a magic button. As soon as you've done the 3 things, you're going to sort of like blow up, and it's not the case, which is a good thing, I think, because it means you can learn
It
from
is
it.
a good thing,
It's a
because
brilliant
otherwise
thing.
everyone could push the button, right?
Yep, everyone can push that button. So it's something we're sort of looking through now. I want to gain more. I've done SEO in the past and stuff
Right.
like that, but it's something I really want to lean into and get better at, because it is fascinating the way that you can sort of turn a website from something that's not got a lot of substance there, but then quite a large, footstep on the internet,
Yeah.
There's so many different variables with it, though. I think that's the thing in terms of like blogs are good for SEO. So if you mention a certain thing, which then links again back to AI, because I was going to ask you this question as well. With blogs for SEO, you're trying to rank for questions, right? With Google, if you type something in, the first thing that will come up will be an AI answer, and
It
it'll
will
sort
be.
of break everything down, which means you don't actually need to go on the website
Correct.
because it's got the answer there, which is another thing with SEO. People will say, oh, they'll read up on it. We've had clients be like, this is definitely what I need. But unless you actually look into it and work with it, it's a bit of a murky thing.
It is, and since setting up the business, I've always done SEO as part of the website work, and I'd say I get good results, local
Yeah, yeah.
search, reasonable results for national search with one, but there are so many caveats. And the national search that I did, it was because they were a national organisation. So some of it is like where your organisation sits in the world of society. Yeah,
well,
so
you always said start local first because I'm a local northeast-based
but
company.
this other organisation that I was working with was national.
Right.
So I was like, right, how do I compete with that? And the other problem is they were doing a service that the councils would do, but using their system.
I'm with you.
So they're talking about the search term, it's travel plans. They're talking about the search term. And I'm like, right. So councils, Google knows it's a council. And Google goes, well, they're a council, they're a public organisation, therefore they are top of list, because they are authoritative, they are in society, they are plugged in, they are local government, they are, yeah. So then I was like trying to compete with that at a national level, and they're all talking about it, sort of thing. So that was a real challenge. You haven't told you this one, have I?
No.
Yeah, so it's like, so if they're talking about there's a system basically that people use to travel plan. If they're talking about doing travel planning, and I've got the system that does the travel planning, half the people talking about the travel planning are using that system. I'm like, that is overseeding the other thing.
Of course it will be.
So it's like a constant, like, how can we do this better? How can we do this? What content do we need to do? Local search, relatively easier, because what you can do is you can get the answers in front of you in terms of search what you think you want to come up for, or what you think your audience will come up for, and you can see what people have done. You can look at their pages and see what's ranking the highest, and then don't copy it.
No.
But you need to then think about content. Biggest pushback I have with web design is people going, I want a sleek design with no words. And I'm like, you're not telling the search engines, like there's a bit of a game you've got to play. Like you might want it to look pretty, and it works if you're a big brand.
Well, you mentioned this last week. Coca-Cola could just have a website with images constant, but everybody knows Coca-Cola.
Yeah, their authority is really high. BBC, authority is really high. All these big national organisations. But when you take it to small business level, small, medium-sized business level, it's different gravy in terms of what you got to come up for. And I think that's why I'm always saying you need, like, if you're a local business, and yes, you could, like we work nationally, and I give a nod to it that we work national in our SEO, but it's not my focus, because I know that the majority of my work will come from the region.
Yep.
And then occasionally I'll get a curveball. We had someone book the podcast studio last week who was coming from London.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, we're going to meet halfway here.
Yeah.
You know,
really
but again,
good.
that came up because of local search, because I was physically coming to this room.
Yeah.
So, and people think it can just be down to headings. People think it can just be down to sort of keywords and padding it out. It's no longer the 90s where you just keep saying the location over and over
put the
again.
text in white and hide it, and it's just constantly hiding.
It's no longer that. You've got to provide a real experience.
So much stuff, man. It's so much stuff. But if you can sort of, you see patterns occurring, it's a bit easier, because even stuff like optimizing the speed of your website, right? So like web crawlers going in there being like, okay, you've got all the information, but it's taking me 5 minutes to load a page. I'm not going to suggest this to someone.
No.
So optimizing images, like the other day we were like, you know what, we should probably change our images to a different file.
Yeah.
It's
WebP, have you done WebP?
Yeah. I've seen them a lot. Whether we do for
but again, that movement's coming. So there's an example. If we look at the social media moving on, now everyone's banging on about WebP format images. They've been around for a while, but it's not all browsers supported them.
No.
Now,
Pretty much do. Where do we stand? Again, question to non-rugby playing Adam.
Yep.
Where do we stand in terms of? One of my customers said, "I'll just throw money at it as Google Ads."
Yeah, because we get that a couple of times as well about money and things. The problem is, I think, with that whole button analogy, they also think it's an immediate thing. It normally takes roughly at least 3 months, if not a bit longer, to see anything come from it. So if you're going to spend money, spend it wisely, I guess, and make sure it's definitely, you're not just throwing it at the problem. Or to try and create
I do get that.
Yeah.
I do get that.
but it also ranges, the more you put in, I guess,
we see
the
it.
more
Like
you're going to be.
landing pages. So people are often focused on, we want some paid ads. Just point at the website and you go, yeah, all right. And I'm like, no, really, we should have a landing page. And I'm like, what's that? Are you just trying to charge me more for a page? I'm like, no, I can give you like a really clean snippet, headline snippet, maybe a video talking about the thing.
Yeah.
Have you shot that one for us?
Yes.
The social media one.
Yeah,
So we've got a social media landing page.
Yeah.
You don't see it on the menus of the website.
No.
And when you land on it, it's Adam here going, hello, want to know more about social media, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So they can have that.
But
And then there's a sign-up form.
I understand that, but obviously customers, they're just like,
Yeah.
they want to
Yeah,
have a clue.
and again, that sort of mystical side of SEO. Everyone, if you say we're going to do SEO on your website, they think, I don't actually know what that is. It sounds like you're kind of not making it up.
Yeah,
but
well, me and you spent how long last
yeah,
week?
yeah.
We went through where I see, the next stage is like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
wants to rank better. So me and Adam both essentially tackled the website. What
From
were you,
start
you were
to the
doing?
back, wasn't
you were
it?
doing pages.
Yeah, Pages basically trying to make it all green. Every page be
Yoast
for read.
SEO.
Yeah, that's it.
But
sorry.
this is where I get, in the early days, and as we said before, Adams, we used to do websites. We don't do that anymore. But everybody, the biggest challenge, I think, used to say, everybody went, do the website for me, Andy. Yes, we did it. Do SEO for me. We did it within within our best ability to get the green ticks, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does.
Then giving it to the customer, and then them coming back to us in 2 to 3 weeks' time, going, I can't find it on Google. It takes time, I used to say to them.
Yeah.
And also, my other biggest challenge with my customers was like, why is it not ranking? I'm like, have you pushed it on social media? Have you told people? The more people click on the website, the more it gets recognized by Google, the higher. Because I haven't got time to do that, Andy. That's what I pay you for. I'm like, no, you paid me to
really
do the
don't.
website. And it's I'm not knocking this.
it's
a
90 day
challenge.
It's 90-day cycles. That's how I. So
Yeah.
we made a load of changes. You were doing pages. Yoast SEO is a plugin on WordPress you can use, and we do use that. It's a fantastic tool.
really good.
Everyone can access the free
Absolutely,
version.
the
That's
free
absolutely
versions,
fine.
yeah.
So there's that. I was then going through all of the media, 200 odd photographs and pieces of media, looking at the different search terms and keywords, and literally writing it in.
Now-
Alternative descriptions.
Thank you. I was just about
Yeah.
to ask. So a
Why?
lot of my a lot of my customers, the file name's called fdumkajumbatum.jpg.
Yeah, or DSC001.
Yeah.
Are you guys
And
not
they-
searching that? Are you not searching
No,
that
I'm
in
not
Google?
searching
Oh,
that.
never mind.
Now, there you go, you see. So everybody's saying, why do I have to name it and why do I have to do the alternative text? And again, sadly, I'm just like, okay. And then I explain it and I haven't got time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and him spent a full day
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
through
yeah.
all the different bits and elements.
Renaming it.
Yeah. But
But it's the
have we
thing-
seen a change yet? No, we haven't.
You won't do.
And you won't. But it's done. It's in there now.
It's done. It's in there. And we're waiting, and I've submitted it to be crawled by Google and all this
Yeah.
sort of stuff. And you've just got to sit and wait
Yeah.
to see what the reports come back to. Because surprisingly, you hit submit and crawl, you think Google would just go
Yes.
done.
No.
No, it still says pending.
Yeah, no, exactly. But again, isn't this highlighting the fact? I love the fact that I'm still looking at it. There's no bend in it.
The rail.
The
He's
rail.
on about the rail. He's
Yeah.
on about the rail.
No, it's good. It's good. But again, isn't this whole part of not? And again, I don't want to sound as though I'm justifying yourself, but
Yeah.
but based upon the fact that I used to work in your area, and it's always a polite battle with your customers by going, there's so much work involved in SEO. It's not just throw the words together. There's a lot of it. And am I right in saying that you are having to constantly evolve because Google's constantly changing?
Yep.
You can't just sit there. My biggest phrase to my customers was like, if you don't change or utilize your website often, your website becomes a cobweb. Because it just sits there and
it
goes,
sits there, and then other people update their content. Or
get
put
higher
one-
ranking, and then they're like, why are they ranking higher than me?
Yeah. So I had another look at Hubspoke, and it's like, okay, we might have slipped down a couple of places.
Yes,
Now, it's not, shut the business down.
correct.
But it's like doing it. The other one that people don't realise is, Google business listings.
Yes.
Really important to have if you've got a business, and then chase the reviews. So every 6 months, I normally go out and chase the reviews again.
Yes, and
but
please,
I'm
can
just
you,
having a look there. We've slipped down the rankings. So we've already done some stuff to tackle that and work on that. But it's just it's an ever changing beast. So I've literally had a phone call about SEO this morning, and great call. But I'm like, it's like going to the gym. So imagine you go to the gym for 6 months, you get in really good shape. You then go, look at this. That's like your top of the listing on the SEO, local SEO. Top listed, don't I look great? And then you stop.
Go to
going
the pizza
gym.
shop.
Yeah, you stop. But your body then gradually
Well, of course it will.
reverts back to what it was, right?
Yeah.
So SEO is very similar in the way of that. Like it is very much an exercise that you have to conduct regularly. And this is why we're doing blog posts. This is why we're doing, but the blog posts are thought out. I mean, Adam, what thoughts do you put into a blog post? You've done some loads recently.
Yeah, so in terms of, because you're doing it for SEO purposes, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to hit certain keywords in there, outbound links, things like that, inbound links. There's a lot of things to basically shout about your business and get it ranked. And videos is a massive thing at the minute as well. Embedding one video, even if it's linking to YouTube, it's that Google looking at it being like, oh, there's some content here that might be suitable to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of the last ones, chessboards and bowler hats, that was just a personal blog narrative for myself. That's more just human element, not really trying to target a search word. It's keeping it real.
But even when you look through that, there's a lot of little elements. Like I think there was a video in there for what we're doing this year, and there's like a load of links to places. There's sort of tags at the bottom as well, relevant tags.
Yeah.
So it looks quite personal, but there's still little bits of work behind the scenes, And
then Adam's written one, Photography Essentials for Beginners, the ultimate guide.
Yep.
So he's written a blog about that. Top 10 genius Christmas adverts of all time.
That was a fun one.
Did that in Christmas.
That was
so
a really
just
fun
pulling in the different adverts. It was great. Unboxing DJI Neo. That was a drone we got. Social media trends for 2025. That was like a look ahead to 2025. So we are regularly updating these and providing narrative and information based on A, the subject matter, B, what people will be searching for, but then we're trying to provide actual information, natural insight. Mm-hmm. So then comes AI.
Yes.
I am resolute in providing good photo. Again, the question I've had is SEO, and I'm like, a service we offer costs X, Y, and Z. Depends what's going on and what you want us to do, how many blogs you want us to make, and this and the other. Then the often 3 letters are uttered. Chat, GPT, those letters. Did I say this last week? We don't know what the algorithm does, but surely they've got automatic AI.
Yeah, you said this last week.
Surely. I don't know it as a fact, but surely.
Because otherwise, everybody would just go on to GPT and say, write me my social media blog. Bang. Yeah. Instant high ranking.
So I'm like, surely that is what, like you said, if everyone can do it, what do they do then?
Yeah. From experience, we tested a couple of years ago AI blog compared to written by an organic human being, and the difference is you could tell Google was definitely that's 100% AI generated, and it was. Yeah. It was a query we'd put in, it was top 10 something, and then just sort of it performed not great, And I think you can tell, and that was years ago, so imagine what it's like now,
Surely they have to.
Stop calling me Shirley.
Shirley. But Shirley, we have to. No,
Shirley's my weekend name.
They've got to look at it.
Yeah, we don't know, but you're absolutely right, because it can't. Otherwise, as you say, people specialising, even themselves, Google.
Yeah.
I'll charge you £1 million. I'll just go to this AI thing over here.
I mean, that's a job now, right? Content creator in AI. So it came up on Indeed or something.
Given a queue, because you've got to provide the cues to AI to get it. So the chatbot, and the people could go, Adam, what are you on about? You opened up talking about AI chatbot. So you're saying that you want to use AI, but you don't want to use AI.
It's got its place, right?
It's about the application of it. Yeah, so there, people can actually... what I like about the chatbot is you can ask it a question about the services that you're looking for and need, and it can then take all of our information and go, this is how it applies to you.
Yeah.
And it's all served to the customer in one place. It actually makes... and I was dubious, I'll be honest. I was dubious until I got into this. And then I was like, something clicked. How could my... I could try it now. How could my building business... Great podcast content here. Building business.
Do you want me to talk over the top of it?
There, well done. Good padding. How could my building business use marketing? Let's see what it says.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't know what's going to come up, for the record. So the idea is, potentially, in what I've seen, they've answered. So I'll give you the bullet points. As a building business, you could definitely benefit from marketing. There is a rocket emoji in there.
Oh, no.
There's also a crane. take that. Here's some ways you can use marketing. Showcase your products, use professional photography, videography. So it's like based in what we're doing.
Yeah. Cool.
Tell your story and share company's history and values. These are like literally things that I say in a client, like new client
And
meeting.
this is all from our site, right?
Yeah,
This is
so I've trained it on our
yeah.
company information.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's not as simple as just, I've had to really look
Oh,
through.
no, absolutely.
But you
right.
could then tailor that to, say, Andy's business. What was the question again for it?
How could marketing help my building business?
Use old laptops as building blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
But you could say
But it's
how-
saying create impactful content, develop
Yeah.
strong online presence, share regular updates. By implementing these strategies, you can increase your visibility, establish credibility, and attract more potential clients. I literally talk about all those things.
yeah.
I like your point, though, that how can resilient use in marketing and building? We could use the laptops because obviously every house needs windows.
Yeah. Hey, that's the other one today. That's quite good as well.
That was a good one. I mean, I think they've been bangers personally, but like it's,
I can't see anything. But
No.
But there's an example.
No,
and that's what I'm
definitely.
saying about the application of AI.
Yeah.
Absolutely present.
yeah.
You know, the space frog eating pizza was the example I used to explain. What
How
ChatGPT
is that story going?
really good? It was a good story. Yeah, but like,
Episode 2 next week?
yeah, give me episode 2. You know, so it's about the application of it, and I think if we look at social media, kind of like this all ties together. Social media, SEO, the content that you're shooting on for socials. You know, we can take transcripts. Like we could transcript this whole podcast and,
Of course you could.
put the text out there. You could actually then feed that into AI and say, you know, make this sound like a written piece of work rather than a spoken conversation.
Yeah.
Because you've got different voices. So you could try and get it to formulate it into paragraphs and get it somewhere near for a blog article.
Wow.
But there's how you could apply it,
No,
and how
it's
you can
really
use
clever.
it. But it's not just a case of going ChatGPT and say, you know, develop this. Now, you can do that if you want for social media content, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Chances are people aren't going to necessarily engage. The people element's so important, but it's about looking at how you can then support systems with AI. And don't get me wrong, there's AI plugins. The premium version of Yoast has an AI metadata
Yes, it does.
generator. But it's not just generating it; it's actually looking at what your content is. You've almost, it's without them saying, it's training itself to then prepare that content. So it's not like it's just going finger in the air. I'll talk about generic marketing. It's actually looking at what you've written.
Yeah, but
and what
again,
you've
we've
got.
always mentioned that the AI is always, as I say, it's a starter for 10. Take the AI content and make it yours.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Thank you very much for that. And we were mentioning this last week, Adam. When I use AI for coding, it's black and white.
Yeah.
You know, take this code, add 2 and 2, and give me 4. It's black and white. It's 100%. Take AI and say, how can resilient and IT help in a building manufacturer? It will give me some generic answers,
Yeah.
but then I need to put my resilient twist on it.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Sorry, I'm catching my breath.
The Adam and Adam show.
Got a bit ranty.
Da, 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 da.
Well, you could always have Adam in. Then going back to your thing, we can be Control Alt Delete.
Yes, we could.
We could.
Mate.
We could.
There you
we
go.
It's our new band.
New band Control. But he's
We
the
can't
only,
sing.
He's the only musical.
Or play
one.
anything.
I said, no, I can play the triangle.
Oh, brilliant.
pretty good.
You could throw darts.
I can throw darts. You can play the
I
triangle.
can take your picture.
Yay!
You throwing darts.
There
But
we
yeah,
go.
so I think, look, SEO is an area that we're getting all the time
Yeah.
at the moment. It's almost like it's come back into trend.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, 1,000%, yeah.
Probably because all the shiny things have come out and then they're going, actually, yeah, we need to just sort of ground ourselves in.
But
order.
again, back again, social media, a lot of people are chatting about SEO and how to build your business and stuff.
Sorry,
it's
last
all,
question. How does a video help you with SEO?
it just does, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's no wording on it.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
no, it isn't. There's a lot of tags. So on YouTube, and we were looking at it the other day, weren't we? We were looking at a plugin for it, and it ranks your video.
Wow.
For
So
search.
yeah,
Oh.
so when we're talking about search, remember YouTube is a search engine as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, true.
So when we've got it gives us scores in terms of how you've optimized your title, thumbnail, all of that sort
Yeah,
of stuff. So
it's very clever
that's
stuff.
important. But how it ranks it on a website
Yeah.
is you've got to, what was it? It was the video. Do you remember we had a video on a page and it's going, oh, it's not a video page, and we're like, it is
No,
a
that was
video
it.
page.
Yeah.
What was the
That's it.
setting? There was a setting we had to change.
Can't
I
remember now,
what
but
it
we've
was.
done a test.
Oh no, it was remove all the blog. One of the suggestions is if it's a video page, remove all the blog content and just have the video
Just
on
have a
there.
video, which sounds crazy, doesn't it? But we've got a test page now, haven't we?
Yeah, so we're
an
testing that
episode.
at the moment. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the sort of the information we were getting was saying literally just have the video on there.
Yeah.
Don't mess around with anything
Don't
else.
mess.
If it's a supplementary video that supports the blog, you leave it on. But if you just want to go,
A video
here's a
page, yeah.
video, that's what you're meant to do.
Yeah.
Wow.
So again, ever changing sort of landscape for SEO, isn't it?
That was it.
It's-
Google Search Console. That was what said that.
Really?
It was Google Search Console that flagged that up. So it goes
Flattered it?
Flattered it, yeah. It flagged it. It was like, we haven't ranked this page because it's a video page, but you haven't defined it as a video page.
It's tricky.
Yeah, and then you look at it and it's like, try
Is
removing
it
all that.
any wonder these other customers, like, it's like me included, go, what on earth? How?
I've never had that one come up before.
Well, that's why we employ you, Adam, because you're at the forefront of
But that's the
technology.
thing,
You're
it's
there.
constantly
Evolving.
learning.
No, it's
And
evolving.
Before you know it, you're getting requests for chatbots and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I know I can do it, I just
Yeah.
got to figure it out.
And I think it's exciting. I love it. It's something I want to move more into, sort of SEO and websites, because it's that creative element, but it's, I don't know, smart. It's something. It's
very,
like,
very, very clever.
you know.
Well, Adam, younger Adam, better looking Adam.
Hello. Sorry.
I'm not answering you. I'm trying to find the video.
It's
thing.
been very clever and very nice having you on the podcast.
Thank you
for a
very much,
change. Yeah,
Andy.
welcome.
It's-
So, would you say in 3 months' time, you've not enjoyed it? I want to say, have you felt yourself that your own inner creativity has
Yeah.
expanded? And,
Oh, yeah,
I mean, obviously,
1000%.
we've met, and you've introduced us to a few more things.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something that's, again, kick back that spark of creativity, I think, which I love. Every day I'm doing something that I'm enjoying working on.
Yeah.
So, and that's not just me being nice in front of my boss.
That's another tick off your
that
list
is-
then.
yeah.
So we always finish with the podcast with goodbye. No, sorry. We always finish the podcast.
Hang on.
Oh,
What's he
interrupting
got?
late news.
What's he got?
Right, so that was it. One of the reasons was invalid thumbnail size.
Well, there you
so
go.
I started looking at the thumbnail
okay.
size, apparently. But obviously, if you're pulling it from there. So one of the reasons there, it's like, at first glance, the video indexed and no video indexed should be totally equal to the number of pages.
Yeah,
but it's
right.
saying it might not index your video if your site has multiple videos per page. Your site embeds the same video on multiple pages. Google couldn't identify if there was a video on your page.
Can I just say, though, isn't this the reason why the Google algorithms are so bloody complicated?
So when someone's going, why aren't we ranking?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
there's a raft of reasons why.
I know.
Sorry, I had to jump back in.
Not a problem.
Go back to
So,
your question.
Anyway, what are you doing for the weekend?
I'll be watching an episode of Tech a Break for starters on YouTube.
That's another tick. God almighty.
Here we go. And so I got some acrylic marker pens from TikTok Shop. And I think me and my family are going to go get some little pebbles.
Yes.
And we're going to just do a little painting and leave them in South Park, I think. Because I've seen someone did it a couple of weeks ago and I was like, I want to do that.
I wanna do
So
that.
I think it'll be fun for her as well. So it should be fun.
Exactly.
What are you guys up to?
Ads.
Well, my chatbot doesn't know what I'm doing this weekend.
That's good.
I'm
I'd
not
ask it.
surprised.
Well, maybe it does. It's just being sneaky.
But I could speak to a person to find out. So I could email myself to find out. This weekend I am playing rugby again. But I thought I'd ask the chatbot.
Did you play rugby last weekend?
Yeah, I did for the threes.
Yeah. Do I
Two,
need my kit
twos
back?
didn't have a game. Yeah, we didn't win.
Oh, and
Hard.
was it a hard game?
Yeah.
Or was
I
the
played,
ground
I played
hard?
the full 80.
Right.
No,
well,
the
there
ground
you
was all right. It was frozen in Darlington, but it was all right. But I played the full 80. It's just rough. Just rough. But we were all at training last night, and it felt really good again. And then big game this weekend against Concert. Concert were beating us at half-time the last time we played them at their place. So we really need to turn up. We managed to turn them over last
Well,
time.
again, up to Kit. I want it back now.
Yeah, I think it was. I can't hear. I think it was 20. It was something like 27-5 at half time last
Oh
game.
my goodness
and we
me, my
managed to
friend.
get to like 32-27 or something like that. So yeah, so I'm playing rugby, kids rugby on the weekend.
How's the triathlon training going?
It's going all right, although I've been snotty again. So
You
I've
have.
had a break from the swimming because I want to stay on the right side of it.
Yeah, of course.
So I haven't swam, but I'm going swimming tonight. So I'm back in the pool tonight, and then that'll be back underway. I'm just focusing on swimming mainly at the moment as the main driver to get back into it.
Yeah.
But it's coming along. I started hitting the mile mark and all this. It's just things like cold. It just slows you down. I've just wanted to stay
100%.
healthy rather than destroy myself. Well, yeah, thank you for asking. What are you doing this week?
I think we've got haircuts planned. So that still well into dying light. Over 210 hours now. I've ranked top on that, and I'm now into legend mode, and I'm just keeping on going. So that's really, really.
I'm
really
still
good.
doing my chess. Do you know what?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time on computers lately. I'm just not gaming as much, and I've been studying up on my chess. And I don't know whether people think that sounds boring, but do you know what? I'm loving the fact that I'm terrible. And I'm trying to slowly improve. And the only thing I try and play it like a 10-minute game on chess.com every night, and you rank it. And I beat someone last night, and it was a good game, and they were like really pushing me. I was like, this is really hard. And then I managed to like turn them over and do it. And I was like, oh, I love that. So I'm getting quite a lot out of trying to do that, and I think it's good for my brain to try and.
Next podcast episode where it's just me and Adam. Put a chessboard here, and then during the podcast we'll play chess.
I've got an idea for a pod. Shall I tell them it?
The
idea is the podcast lasts for as long as a game of chess.
Okay, I retire. Goodbye, everybody.
And the idea is you call it Off Your Chest.
Hey!
It's good, isn't it? It's good.
Get it off your chest.
Do you know what? Have you ever thought about setting up a marketing company?
I'm just terrible. The thing is, Michael Hodgson, who I used to work with at the council, used to go nuts for me because I did walking programs. Yes, my name's Walker, and all this sort of stuff. And in spring, it'd be like, step into spring. And he'd be like, oh, for God's sake. You know, like, fall into autumn.
Yes.
You know, all this, don't fall. But, you know, I'd be going for the most cheesiest, punniest thing, hence why we've got to take a break.
Yeah.
You know, because it... and it was like, tech.
No, I'm joking. That's a joke.
Yeah,
guys.
all right,
Sorry.
good.
Can't believe after 3 months you go, we just got it.
I think that was like...
I think it
Take a break.
was.
But, yeah, so... I always think back to him. He's like, "What are you going to do next? Get a spring in your step."
Yeah.
You know, like you're constantly doing that. So
It's definitely something we should do, and I'm very excited to figure out the logistics of it as well.
That should be quite
Like
good.
the camera over the top and like
Yeah,
a
so we
little
thought-
timer on the screen.
Yeah, so we thought that would be a thing, and it's just like you play a little chess time, so it's like 10 minutes a piece.
Whilst
That's
getting
the
something
limit.
off your chest.
Off your chest.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't really know, but yeah, that was
it's
an
good.
idea.
Good,
And you
mate.
do it with business owners or people that sole traders or whatever. I don't know. So yeah,
Then next week we'll do table tennis.
Oh, brilliant.
Ping pong table tennis
I'll get that, so.
podcast.
absolutely.
Anyway, that's
I was
me
trying
the
to
weekend.
come up with a table tennis based.
No, next week. Don't
we'll
worry.
just ping pong off each other, so don't worry about it.
Absolutely. It's kind of like that in a podcast, really.
It is, isn't it?
So yeah, I hope you have a fantastic weekend.
Yeah, same to you, my friend. I hope the rugby goes well. Win otherwise.
Yeah.
You'll
I
be down to your
demand it.
shoes soon.
I know.
You won't have any uniform.
Exactly. And I hope you have a nice weekend.
Thank you
Pebble
very much.
painting.
Pebble painting, yeah. It'll be interesting.
that'd be
I'll
really
bring it in
nice.
next week.
Absolutely.
Get stoned.
Oh, and on that bombshell.
On that note.
Bye, everybody.
That's 3 of those this week. See
I
ya.
know. See ya.